Thank you. If you're here, that means that you probably watched video 1. This is video 2, and I'm talking about manipulation in the relationships, especially if you're coming out of another relationship and you're getting to the point where you're interested in starting to date and meet new people. These are some of the things that you have to be aware of. This way that when you meet these new people, you're not walking into these relationships blindsided. Now, I talked about the first 5 things in video 1, and I'm just going to hit them just real quick. Then I'll get to the next 5. And I believe that this video is going to be a blessing to you. It's going to really help you to understand the things that you need to watch out for as you're out here and you're navigating through this thing called dating. And I am a certified relationship trauma coach out of from John Maxwell. Just so the first thing, they try to control you. I've already discussed that in video 1. Second thing, they try to make you feel guilty. They're going to be in a pattern of trying to make you feel guilty. The third thing is that they're going to belittle your opinion. Fourth thing is that they're going to always play the victim. Fifth thing is that they're going to make you feel inferior. So now that we get into the second part of this teaching, because I wanted these videos to be shorter, 8 to 10 minutes, that way people can enjoy them, listen to them, and go to the next one. Now, number 6 would be they refuse to communicate. If you're with an individual that you are in a relationship with, and they are the type of person that they're able to communicate and to effectively speak to every single other person that they have within their lives and around their lives, as far as they're out in public, and if you're going to business meetings, or if you're your local gym or wherever else they go, they're able to effectively communicate with people. They're at their job, their boss, and all these other places. And then even when you met them, they were able to effectively communicate. They communicated from a place of being able to communicate in such a way that you were able to understand them and listen, and all of the other things that go along with our communication. Because communication is partially us giving something, but again, it's also part of us receiving something. So the 6th thing is that they're going to refuse. If you're with an individual that refuses to communicate, that's going to make you very frustrated, especially if you're the one that's in the relationship that's coming to them, bringing up issues of things that you see that need to be addressed within the relationship. Because an issue that needs to be addressed has to be communicated. If there is no communication, then what you leave that person with is the only option that's left for them at that point is the option of coming from a place of guessing or assuming what you want or what you're saying. If I'm assuming what you want, there's a real good chance that I'm not going to hit it on the mark. I'm going to miss the mark. This is why our communication and effective communication is critical. So if you're meeting a person and whenever there's a serious issue to be discussed, they want to shut down. That is a person that is using lack of communication, shutting down, getting silent. Now, I'm not saying that there won't be times maybe the conversation gets heated and the person will say, look, let's readdress this in a few minutes. Give me a moment. I'm not talking about that individual. I'm talking about the type of person that whenever you're coming to them, talking to them, the first thing that they want to say is, oh, every time you turn around, you want to argue, and you always bringing up these issues. And then all of a sudden, I don't like to argue. And then all of a sudden, they shut down. They don't want to say anything. So what that's going to do to you is it's going to make you very frustrated, because you know your heart, and you know that only thing that you're trying to do is reach out to this person, get them to see what it is that you're saying. Get them to receive and see what it is that you're saying. Why? Because you're trying to find a resolution. You're trying to bring a solution to what the issue is. And you're looking at their actions are showing you that they're not interested in doing that. So this is why I'm saying manipulation is so important, because it puts you in a place where that runner-chaser dynamic starts coming into effect, where the person starts backing away from you emotionally, energetically. That's what you're going to feel from them, is that they're pulling their energy back away from you. This is part of the reason why they're shutting down. And when they pull their energy back, if your heart is sincere and you're trying to make it work, then you're going to try to do everything. You're going to beg them. You're going to ask them. You're going to request. You're going to say, oh, babe, please, I'm trying to understand, and this, and that, and the other. And at the end of the day, they probably don't want to communicate, because they are not the type of person that really addresses serious issues. They're not the type of person that is emotionally mature enough to address important issues. And because of that, you're going to be with a person that is not going to be emotionally intelligent or emotionally mature enough to be in that relationship with you. They're going to flake out every time you turn around, because it's something that they have not addressed. There's something in their past that they have not addressed, which is going to affect you if you're in a relationship with them. They reject all accountability. Any individual that you're with and that you're dating or that you're meeting, and that's a big issue in the society today, is people refuse to be accountable for their actions. They won't take accountability for their actions. The easiest way to tell if the person that you're with is willing to be accountable for their actions is when you bring something to that person's attention concerning something that has happened. Is that person willing to say, I apologize. I was wrong. I didn't see it that way. You know what, babe? Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I didn't mean to hurt you, babe. You mean a lot to me. Are they willing to say those things? Or are they going to take, and when you bring something to their attention, they're going to take and turn it around on you? Because they've been creating a backpack on their back. And everything that you've done up to this point, they've just been jamming it in that backpack. They just taking whatever you did and just jamming it in that backpack. So then when you bring up something to them, then they start spewing out all this stuff of what you did, supposedly what you did to them. Instead of addressing the issue that you're addressing right there. That is manipulation. If you are not aware of that, it's going to cause a lot of emotional trauma that's going to take place within you as a person if you're in a relationship with that type of individual. And then you're going to have to go through a process of healing and getting to a place where you can start regulating your nervous system again. But that's why I'm here. I'm sharing this information with you. And I know and I believe that you're getting a lot out of it. And as you're watching, subscribe and share this video. Tap the number 8. They tried to make you feel insecure. Any person that you're in a relationship with that tries to make you feel insecure is not a person that really is concerned about you. They're a person that has you in competition with other people. If they have you in competition with other people, then they don't really care about you. They haven't made up their mind with you. Insecurity. Yes, there is some insecurities within individuals, but I'm saying someone that's making you intentionally feel insecure, that's a whole different story. They're flirtatious with other people and they're all up in people's faces and they're overly nice and all these things which are just not appropriate. Because the conversation, especially if you've had the conversation with them about this particular topic, and you've told them the things that you like, you've told them the things that you consider disrespectful, you told them the things that you want to see change. But if it goes back to the last thing that we talked about, if they're not willing to be accountable, then what you said to them will not matter. It won't matter because in their mind, they don't care what you think. Because they are in the place of manipulation and control and doing what they want to do. Another thing that a person will do that is in this energy is they'll act like they don't understand anything. They're highly intelligent. They always can tell you everything that needs to take place and everything you need to know. But all of a sudden, they go to this neverland of not understanding anything. They don't understand anything. You got to explain something to them over and over again when you're having these serious conversations because they're in this place of not understanding anything. That's manipulation. That person is playing a game with you. They're playing a game with you. And we know the difference when someone is being sincere and when they're not because you feel it inside of your body. You feel it in your body. That's why a lot of times we'll get angry when these particular situations come up because internally, you know that this person is playing games. Instinctively, you know that they're playing games, but you can't quite put your finger on it because you can't. And this is why I'm sharing this information with you. So then now that you know this, you're going to be aware of it and you're going to be like, oh, I see this. I understand what they're doing. I understand. And a lot of this stuff is based upon the way people were raised. And if they were in a chaotic household, this is the way that they learned how to navigate. Not saying that that's an excuse because it's not an excuse, but this is the way that they learned how to navigate. Number 10, they expect you to follow their rules. It's this whole idea of it's my way or the highway. You don't like it, leave, this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. Instead of, if you're in joining with someone, it's about both of you. It's about you two coming together as one and having an opinion, each bringing an opinion to the table and discussing whatever the issue is. I often say, one of my first companies that I owned was a construction company. I spent a lot of time in couples' houses. I met a lot of husbands and a lot of wives. I saw a lot of dynamics in these households with relationships. And the thing that I noticed is that generally there was in a lot of these houses, most of the decisions were geared towards one person. It wasn't geared towards both. And most of these decisions were geared towards the wife. They weren't geared towards the husband. And in most of the households that I were in. And it had to go her way, which if you understand the way we are as people, somebody's going to feel slighted over a period of time. It's going to build resentment. A silent resentment will be built over a period of time. Because this person's opinion is not important. If everything has to go your way, then you're saying that this other person is not important. That's my thought for you today. This is Arnold Austin. I always say I believe in you, but you gotta believe in yourself. Subscribe and share this video. Appreciate you tuning in. I'll hit you with video 3 because this is a series. I started the first 5. This is the second 5. I'm hitting you with this series to help you be able to navigate as you get out here and you start your dating life. Talk to you soon. Like I always say, I believe in you. Have a great day.